Dad tip number 10 are my top 10 registry items for new dads. So don't worry about writing these down. They're all on my website. Go check it out. You can get the full links directly to where you want to buy them or a link to a similar product. But just pay attention here because I got some good stories about some of these things. So number one is the tummy tub. The tummy tub is essentially a glorified bucket that's got the interior is nice and rounded on the bottom and it's clear. It's round on the bottom, so your little baby, post like 4, 5, 6 weeks when you start doing these baths, they sit down in there, they feel really calm and comforted and supported, and it's clear in case baby takes a dump in the bath, which happens, ahead of time. You don't have the little film of bubbles that are blocking you from seeing that you're not actually cleaning baby with this bath water. So tummy tub is great. My partner and I, we loved our tummy tub for our little baby, our first one. He loved bath time, so that became like a great way for us to bond as a family. Every night, you just put a little bit of warm water in there. You kind of sit them in there. You're sitting on the edge of your tub, rinsing and washing and scrubbing. And our kid loved it. He's in there like splashing around. Like even as he got bigger, he'd like grab the edge and stand up and like cannonball down and just laugh and laugh and laugh. So it was a great tool to help us bond as a family every night and something that we all kind of looked forward to. Number 2, white noise machines. A lot of them. These are your friends. So you may remember earlier we talked about how inside the womb, it's actually very loud. It's like 90 decibels of all the fluids and your mama's heartbeat and the breathing and digestion. So this white noise machine that can mimic that sound of the blood moving through mama's body that babies are used to in the womb. So it can be a great calming effect if baby's upset. It can also kind of block out some of these like more abrupt noises. So whether it's you trying to take a nap while mama's watching baby and you have a white noise machine next to you on the couch or in your room to kind of blot out that sound, or baby's taking a nap and you have a white noise machine near baby, so when the dog barks or the doorbell rings or you drop something on your foot and you scream really loud, like none of those things are going to wake up baby if there's that white noise kind of like masking the environment. So get a couple, 3, 4, wherever you are, you're going to have one accessible. Number 3, the shusher. Now this is a white noise machine that's portable and it's amazing. It has two settings, 15 minutes and 30 minutes, and it's got a variable volume. And what this comes in handy for is those days when you're driving in a car and baby's in the back sleeping, they wake up, they start yelling, and you're like, well, I'm still like 30 minutes from where we're going, and I guess I could pull over and try to like get baby to go back to sleep, but how long am I going to be sitting on the side of the road or standing on the side of the road? And I know I can't drive for 20 minutes more with baby screaming really loud. So this little shusher, you can set it for 15 minutes. You can set it right next to baby in the crib. You don't have to sit there and huff and puff and make the sounds yourself. You don't need to have like one of the other kind that plug into a USB and you're like trying to see if the cord's going to go all the way back. It's battery powered. I've had many guys reach out to me and be like, David, this is one of my favorite tips of yours. The shusher has saved us on these car trips or late at night when I'm rocking baby and I'm tired and I just literally can't huff and puff and make the shushing sound. The shusher's come in super handy. So that's number 3 on your list. Number 4, you want to get your own wireless over-ear headphones, the big ones, the over-ear kind, where you can listen to a podcast, you have noise cancellation. This is going to be your friend when it comes to managing sometimes when baby's really mad and you're having a hard time settling baby down. If you're not calm, baby's not going to get calm. So sometimes guys they feel like a little bit anxious. They feel a little bit like frustration, and that's what baby's going to be feeling as you're trying to calm them down. So if you can put your headphones on and separate the sound of baby crying from the fact that your poor little baby's upset, you can be much more compassionate and focused on baby and their struggles when that sound is not kind of like jamming up your ears and making your own blood pressure rise. So definitely get that. Also comes in handy at night. Baby's sleeping on the couch. You want to watch the game. You put the headphones on, you connect it to your TV, and now you're getting all the commentary, all the sound, all the action. But from the outside, it's quiet and baby's got the white noise machine on. So you're not like, I can't hear the game. I don't want to wake him up. It solves a lot of problems, and more importantly, it prevents some problems too. Final tip on the headphones. Some mamas have a reaction when they see you wearing headphones when baby's upset. They think, oh, he doesn't want to hear baby. He's blocking out baby. This is a way for him to avoid baby. And so you want to be clear in your communication with mama that that's not the case. This is a way to help you connect to baby by getting that sound out of the way so that you can focus with compassion, care, and love on your baby when they're upset. So you want to be really clear with mama and then show mama how you're not putting the headphones on so you can ignore baby crying. You're putting them on so you can better attend to baby crying. Key distinction there. Number 5 on the dad tips here is you get your own dad diaper bag. Moms are going to have a diaper bag, and you're going to be amazed at how much stuff they put in there. They put all the stuff in there, which is great. Again, a big thing we talk about a lot in the whole Welcome to Fatherhood is fathers don't mother. There's 2 ways of doing things. There's lots of ways of doing things. And one of the best ways to avoid silly fights is just to get clear about that and do certain things your own way. And the dad diaper bag is the best thing that can help you here. You don't have to take the whole giant tote that's got flowers on it and weighs 50 pounds when you're taking baby out to do some grocery shopping for an hour. You got your own bag, you strip it down, you got, some diapers, some wipes, some balm, like whatever your basics are, some chapstick, water, whatever your little things are, they go in your bag. And now you and mama aren't skirmishing about who didn't fill up the bag. Why is this in here? Why is this not in here? Quick tip on the dad diaper bag, get one with a flat bottom. I can tell you one of the worst experiences is if you're in some random men's room somewhere and you're trying to change your baby. Sometimes they don't have changing tables. Most do, but sometimes they don't. So you're like kneeling on the floor in the corner, and your baby's laying there and there's poop everywhere, and you got the diaper bag and it keeps falling over because it doesn't have a flat bottom. So now you're trying to figure out where's the diaper, where's the wiper, where's the plastic bag to put the clothes that are covered in poop in. And the whole time you're already mad because you're kneeling on the floor in some men's room somewhere. So definitely get with the flat bottom. Again, we want to prevent problems, not figure out how we're going to manage them, because preventing is a lot easier than trying to managing them. Number 6 here, my top 10 list of gift registry items is all of the free to baby stuff. Again, I'm not being paid or sponsored by any of these products, but Free to Baby makes all these great little things. Here's one you've probably never thought of. It's called the snot sucker. And you're like, what's a snot sucker? Well, if your baby's nose is congested, what are you gonna do? Hold a tissue and say, okay, blow your nose? That's not how it works. So the snot sucker is like this little hose, and it's got a sponge blocker so the air goes through, but the snot doesn't. And you can kind of suck to irrigate the snot out of their nose. Again, it sounds disgusting, but again, as a dad, you're gonna be hands in and hands on all these things. They got this great little thing. It's a little metal sensor on a bandage that you put on the baby's foot, and it connects to your phone. It gives you real-time measurements of baby's temperature. So in case your baby gets a little fever, how are you gonna know? How are you gonna know, well, how long was the fever? How high is it? How high was it? When I was a kid, my mom had to take our temperature with a thermometer rectally. So you get Vaseline on a thermometer, and she have to stick a thermometer in her butt every half hour, every hour to track a fever. I mean, you can do it that way if you want, but why not just have a little, sensor with the Band-Aid on the baby's heel, and your phone is telling you all the things. Oh, it peaked at 102 and it's back down to 99. You don't need to go wake baby up and jam a thermometer in its butt to see if the fever's still there or not. So see how these things are preventing that problem is so much better than trying to manage it in the long run. So item number 7 here is the DockATot. The DockATot's basically like a little portable bed. Usually it's about, 3 feet tall, 2 feet wide. It's got some hard foam bumpers. Usually has a flat bottom, and there's almost like a little webbing for baby to lay in. What's great about the DockATot is you can basically put baby down for a nap in this on the couch next to you, and then you want to go in the kitchen. You can bring that with you and place on the kitchen table, or you can bring it up to bed and baby can sleep in that next to you in bed. It's basically like a portable baby bed that you can, as long as you have a flat surface, you can use the DockATot. It makes things so much easier. You don't have to put them down in the crib, and then you got to go to a different room and they start to wake up a little bit and you got to run back in there. With the DockATot, they're right next to you. So you're on the couch watching the game. You're like, you know what? I'm hungry. I'm going to go make a sandwich. I'm going to bring baby with me. So you bring baby in there. You'll sit on the counter. And as you're making your sandwich, they kind of startle a little bit. And you can just put your hand on them. They'll calm down usually pretty quickly because they feel that touch. They know you're still there. And they go right back to sleep. Whereas if they're in the nursery up in a bassinet somewhere, now you hear them waking up. And by the time you're up there, they're already awake and they're mad. So the DockATot is a great way to keep that physical proximity, that connection very tangible and real. So when baby does stir, you're always right there with baby, and it makes a lot of things a lot easier. Number 8, baby wearing device. This again is one of my favorite things. There's a lot of things out there. There's slings, there's wraps, there's hammocks, there's all kinds of things. I personally recommend more of a rucksack type with like a clip on the waist and shoulder clips and whatnot. We got one from Lily's, the company. You can wear baby on your front, facing in or facing out. And as baby gets older and they become a toddler, you can turn it around and wear them on your back, again, where they can be looking out over your shoulder. So it's super versatile, super strong. This is another one of those areas where you don't need to do the same thing that mom does. I know my partner initially had an idea for this like wrap thing, and I looked at it and it was like 20 yards of fabric and rings, and I was like, this is terrible. I hate this thing. I don't feel like baby's safe. Like, it's just complicated. Give me the pocket and the snaps and the buckles and the zippers. So she had that wrap. I had the rucksack, and eventually she ended up liking the rucksack better too. But it was a way for me to wear baby and not be stuck trying to do it her way with the wrap and whatnot. And wearing baby's great. You can do all kinds of things. You can go for a hike, you can go out in the backyard, you can cut the grass, you can do some light gardening. One of the questions that comes up a lot from dads is, hey, this is one of my favorite hobbies. How and where is including baby appropriate? As remember, babies don't fish, they don't climb, they don't ride a bike. They kind of hang out. So if they can hang out with you, you can still do some of these like low acceleration activities. Obviously, I don't want you rock climbing with the baby strapped to you, but you can go for a nice little walk. You can go for a hike. You can go in the yard and do some gardening, cut the grass, whatever you're doing where you're not like in any kind of physical danger, but it's still important to you. It's still something you find as one of your hobbies or one of your passions. That's a great way to have baby be included. And then baby's right there. You can continue to be cultivating your own relationship with baby. You're talking to baby like, oh, let's go outside. Oh, it's such a nice day today. You want to keep that dialogue, that conversation going. And that's a lot easier when baby's with you. And it's just a great bonding thing. Like I can't recommend it highly enough. Quick note on these rucksack types. A lot of them, the straps are super adjustable. So I mentioned my wife eventually wanted to start using the rucksack also. It was very easy for us to take turns to just adjust a strap here, adjust a strap there, put baby in, and tighten it up, and it was super easy to go. So it can be super versatile and really support those connections between you and your partner as a team, but also each of you individually with baby. Item number 9, pacifier clips. And I always recommend themed pacifier clips, such as the Philadelphia Eagles, go Birds. But these pacifier clips are great. Imagine again, you're in the car, you're driving, you're 20 minutes from the destination, baby's awake, they got a pacifier for those of you who are going to use the pacifier, and it pops out, and now they're mad. And you're like, well, I don't know where it went. Is it hanging? Is it on the floorboard? Is it covered in dog hair and crumbs and whatever? With the pacifier clip, you just clip the clip part to their little lapel, and they have the pacifier. If it falls out, you can just reach back and you know where it is. It's within 8 inches of their collar. You can find it. You can give it right back to them. Saves a lot of drama, whether in a stroller or wherever. I mean, anybody who's had pacifiers will tell you that you have to buy a dozen because you lose them all the time. So if you have some with some clips, at least you know you're not going to lose the one that they're wearing in the moment. Item number 10. This is going to come in super handy for your dad zone thriving after baby gets here in particular. And that's either a crock pot or an Instapot or some sort of pot thing where you can start dinner in the morning with the slow cooker, and then when you get home later or when you're around later, dinner's already ready, and you save all those conversations of what are we going to eat? I don't know. Do you feel like making dinner? I feel like nobody feels like making dinner during the first couple weeks after baby gets here. So this Instapot crock pot is going to be a super sanity saver once baby gets here. But once you have it now, you can start practicing some recipes. Like really easy one, 2 chicken breasts, a bottle of barbecue sauce, take an onion, chop it up, throw it in there, set it to cook at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. and later in the afternoon, you got a delicious barbecue chicken ready to go. So there's lots of things you can do that way that's really gonna make your postpartum life a lot easier. 2 bonus tips for you guys here in the video series, this is not in the book, are 2 extra items. Number 1, seat back mirrors. This is a mirror that you put on the seat back of the baby's little bassinet in the back seat as you're driving. So you're driving, you got your mirror, you can see their mirror, and then you can see baby. So now you know, are they awake? Are they asleep? Are they fussing? If without that mirror, you don't know, because the proper car seat safety is they're facing backwards. So you might hear a noise and you're like, I don't know if they're awake. Are they mad? Are they a little bit mad? Do they lose the passy? What's going on? So these little car seat mirrors, super inexpensive. Get them off any website. You put them back there. Again, it makes your life a lot easier. The last one, for those of you that will be doing pumping, so the dads can help out with some bottle feeding, there's a type of pumping apparatus called the Freemie. It fits right over the breast, underneath the bra. It's not this big contraption hanging off the bra. We discovered those late in our pumping journey, and it really made a huge difference. So again, getting ahead of the game now, you want to get those car seat mirrors, and you want to talk to your partner if she's planning on pumping, going back to work, etc., that these Freemie cups really can go a long way to make things a little bit easier, a little bit more comfortable. So that's it from dad tip number 10, top 10 gift registry items plus the 2 bonuses.